If you are someone who considers themselves on the path to productivity, then this video is a warning for you. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing a large problem in productivity, and I'm going to be giving you the solution so you don't fall into this rut of procrastination. Hello, I'm Dylan, I'm 18 and I coach unproductive people to turn productive using tactical techniques and strategies that changed my life forever. I spent 5,000 hours or 210 days straight playing Call of Duty and other such video games, wasting any potential I had, but now I effortlessly and easily breeze through large amounts of my work for my business, education and personal development goals using tactical techniques and strategies and avoiding problems like I will teach you in this video. Burnout. And I'm sure you're familiar with what burnout is. Burnout is being on this amazing streak of productivity, being in the zone, getting your work done, being disciplined, driven, productive towards completing the task you set yourself, and then you overburden yourself. You're on this really hot streak of productivity, day 1 complete, day 2 to complete, day 3 complete, and then all of a sudden, you're drained. You wake up in the morning, you have no motivation, you have no energy, you're fatigued, and you really have no faith in the business or the education or the endeavor you're trying to succeed in. You have no faith it will work out. You have no faith in yourself to get the work done. You have no faith that you can get to the objective you want to reach. And in this video, I'm going to be helping you curve burnout, helping you curve this pit of unproductivity and, quite frankly, depression. And I hope this is helpful for you. So, to start, these symptoms of burnout. If you don't know what you're looking for, if you don't know when burnout is around the corner, how are you supposed to stop it in its tracks? So, some symptoms of burnout can be: you don't feel faith in your business or your efforts. So you work really hard, you just had a really good productive day where you got a good 5, 6, 7 hours of work done for your business, for your endeavor, and then you feel like you've not made any progress. You feel like that bit of work, that effort there literally did not do anything for you in terms of progression towards the success that you want. That is a sign of burnout. Faith or lack of faith is a sign of burnout. Feeling agitated more than usual. Maybe you didn't sleep well last night. Maybe you didn't have breakfast in the morning. And these tiny little things are a catalyst for this new agitation that you don't usually have. You end up having arguments with random people. You end up being really petty during the day. This is a sign of burnout inbound. You don't have much of an appetite. You work during the day, you work hard, and you just don't eat. You just can't be bothered for food. And this kind of self-deprecation, this kind of putting yourself down in terms of physiology, is a sign of burnout inbound. You're not keeping up with your self-improvement habits. Usually you have a cold shower every single morning, and the past couple of days you've been skipping it, and you've been skipping this, and you've been skipping that, you've been skimping out on your diet. This is a sign of burnout inbound. And finally, you have a lack of overall motivation. So usually you wake up, you're productive, you wake up, you're disciplined, you wake up, you're driven, you wake up, you're motivated, you're feeling good, and in this period of productivity, but now you're waking up fatigued, you're waking up tired, you're waking up with no motivation, you really can't be bothered to sit down at your desk and do the work you need to get done. That is a sign of burnout inbound. So now we have the overall symptoms of what burnout can look like. And it could look different for you, but the majority of the time it's going to be one of these 5 symptoms of burnout. So again, just locate them. Notice when you're feeling some sort of way, and when you have 2 or more of these symptoms, you are most likely on the path to overburdening yourself and burning yourself out, which will then put you in a pit of procrastination. So how do we curve the burnout? How do we stop this productivity problem, and how can we get right back onto path of making progression productively in the business, in the education, in the fitness, in the social endeavor that we wish to succeed in? And the answer is 1 day off. That is all you need to curve burnout. It's just 1 single day in your week. Maybe it's a Sunday, maybe it's a Saturday, maybe you have Mondays off, etc. Just have 1 single day off when you see more than 2 symptoms of this burnout coming in. Say if you see it on Friday, take Sunday off. Say if you see it on Monday, try and schedule in 1 day during the week where you take it off and you do exactly to a T what I will tell you to do on this 1 day off. And it might go against the grain of discipline, it might go against the grain of self-improvement. You might struggle to enjoy the day because you've disciplined yourself so hard during the past couple of months that when you finally relax and you finally take your mind off work, you feel agitated, you feel a little bit itching to get back into it. But if you can thug it out, this will curve burnout. So during the day, you need to have a hot, long shower, but in particular with a cold switch up at the end. So you have a nice warm shower, maybe 10, 12 minutes, and then at the end you turn it freezing cold and you freeze yourself for a minute or two. And the long part of the shower is going to engage your parasympathetic nervous system, in which it will calm you down, stop releasing so much cortisol into your blood, which is making you feel stressed, and then you will be in a relaxed mood. And then when you turn it to cold, you get the dopamine, you get the motivation, you get the norepinephrine released into the blood, which makes you feel amped up, makes you feel ready to go. So when you jump out the shower, you're ready to do the rest of the day that I will prescribe you. After you get out the cold shower, I need you to get a sweat on. I need you to do some sort of cardio, do some sort of high rep weight training to get a sweat on, get a pump going, get the blood flowing. You will feel incredible because of the endorphins that are being released into the brain, making you feel nice and content. Then after that, I'd recommend you go on a walk, and as you're walking for more than an hour, preferably, you're either talking to someone on the phone or someone's walking with you, so you can brain dump, soundboard, and try and get these thoughts out in the world. Why, like, maybe it's one in particular problem with your business, maybe you don't even know what the problem is, but I'm sure after you walk and talk for an hour, as long as you're open and with someone you're comfortable, eventually something will come out the woodwork and you'll kind of release this tension, which will curve burnout. Next, you need to cook your favorite healthy meal. Mine is steak, eggs, paella, incredible combination. Find your favorite healthy meal and cook it. See, happiness, the hormone of happiness is serotonin. Serotonin is actually synthesized in the gut. So when you consume healthy foods, you get a healthy gut, then you get a healthy release of happiness, allowing you to steer away from this burnout that is inbound. Next, you need to get as much sunlight as possible. Don't stare directly into the sun, but stare directly into the direction of the sun. It's kind of getting a bit more bro sciencey here, but vitamin D, and it's going to overall improve your circadian activation. So when you go to sleep at night, you have the right release of melatonin, makes you sleep better, and sleep is going to be really important in improving your neuroplasticity, removing the metabolic waste that might have been clouding your brain, allowing you to finally be clear. And then the next day as you wake up, you should be able to get back into your productivity routine, back into your productivity schedule, back into your discipline-driven grind mindset, because you've cleared out the waste from that perfect sleep. So get sunlight. And now finally, the most important thing is to get into bed an hour earlier. And this sounds cliche, and I'm not saying you try and force yourself to sleep, because you will end up sleeping later, because when you force yourself to sleep, you don't sleep as much. Just get into bed an hour earlier. And that relaxation, that calming of the central nervous system from just not doing much. Try not to stimulate yourself too much. Maybe watch a long format YouTube video, read a book, or just stare into the ceiling until you fall asleep. And I guarantee if you get into bed an hour earlier, you'll at least get 15, 30, 40 minutes extra sleep, which will allow you to sleep longer, clear out more metabolic waste, improve your neuroplasticity, and allow you to be back on the ball tomorrow while steering away from burnout. And I hope this helped. I hope if you're someone who's working hard and seeing the symptoms of this burnout inbound, I hope this gave you a solution so you can not fall into the pit of burnout, as a lot of people do. If you're looking to get more help from me, the top link in the description will take you to my one-to-one productivity package, in which I will hold your hand through the trials and tribulations of productivity and turn you productive fast. It will have a whole host of exclusive guides, my exact productivity routine that I prescribe to all my clients, a free award-winning physical planner, and templates, trackers and tools, so you can finally reap the rewards of productivity and bring success to you, your family, your friends and society, with a top link in the description. If that sounds interesting, check it out. I appreciate you for watching.